and action.
Solid. Okay.
Welcome to the Title Bending Podcast. I am your host whenever
Sometimes.
I feel like it. Sometimes. And I'm here with Hailey. And we just went through something, or I just went through something that was just so irritating and upsetting. So I got this really nice camera, but apparently this nice camera is advertised as a photography camera and not a video camera. And I thought it was good with both, and I thought that it would be okay to record a podcast. Turns out it really only works for short form videos if you're going to do videos. So like it only records 12 minutes at a time, and it doesn't have the functionality to continuously shoot video. So I'm using the Mac webcam right now. I just got a new computer so that I have a decent webcam now. But I was looking forward to not needing a webcam anymore, and I need a webcam still. So
at least this one's attached.
At least this one is attached, but also this one is attached, so I can't angle it. And also,
yeah,
I'm just upset because I'm gonna use the camera for what? I'll figure it out.
I teach you cool things.
Maybe I'll start vlogging and take short clips of like what though? What do I do besides work? Nothing.
I vlogged the Salisbury trip, and I loved that. That was so much fun.
I think it would be good for me to have but it's not something I can really take into venues.
No,
because it's detachable lens, and
you can
that's
mix vlog footage and iPhone footage.
No, I know, but like I have a nice camera, and the only place I go, I can't bring the nice camera.
Right.
Unless it's
we gotta go on more hikes.
I need to do things, is what I'm hearing myself say, so that I have things to remember.
Fair.
Because that's really sad.
I recommend with a new camera for like practice taking fun photos, hikes, museums.
Museums?
As long as you don't use flash.
Okay. They'll let you?
Mm-hmm.
So right now we're on a webcam. So we're on a webcam. So when I start using an actual camcorder, which I got a cheap one to start with because I don't know what I want to achieve.
Throw a VHS filter on it and call it cute.
Oh my god. So, but we'll see. Anyway, we had some of it I had 29 minutes of audio recording and just no video. So, is it usable? Maybe I'll put it up as like a separate blooper type, be real type shit.
Like
I don't know.
Like podcast 1.5, like Lion King 1.5.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That movie bangs, by the way. I don't even care. I think it was a cash grab, of course,
100%.
but it worked on me, so I'm okay with it. So we were originally going to talk about Arcane, and we have watched 5 episodes now.
Yeah.
We originally only planned to watch the first 3, and then I was gonna predict what happened after.
There's plenty to still predict.
I know, but I don't want to get too into it without understanding where it's going. But I'll give some of my.
What's your bingo board?
Well, obviously gay sex, gay lesbian sex.
Not till season 2, but yes.
But it's
confirmed.
That's the only thing that I have I know for a fact is going to happen. I also know someone dies, but I really genuinely only know that there's gay sex, and then
and that's all you need.
And I think that is so important and vital to popular media, especially in cartoons.
I had to delete Twitter off of my phone for 2 days.
Oh yeah, I don't even go here and I'm seeing it. I have so many mutuals who watch the show, and I tweeted once. I was like, "Do I cave and watch Arcane tonight?" You replied, but a few other people did, and I was like, "Okay, I'm going to," and then I never did because I got drunk and went to bed instead.
I'm so glad you never did, because now I've watched 5 episodes with you.
Right,
and
exactly.
I love this fucking show.
And as someone who loves a good for her story, or a very oh, she's crazy,
there's a lot
love
of that.
her, but I'm all for female rage. So
and there's plenty of it.
There's plenty of that. There's plenty of lesbians. And the animation is really cool, which is very refreshing to, especially in a day and age where people are using AI. And did you see the thing with the
Mhm.
Arcane and AI?
Yes, I did.
Like what did they like expand a photo originally?
Something like that.
Bullshit. But I think the creators shut that down,
Mm.
which is cool because a lot of people are just using AI in their animation now, and it looks like shit from a butt.
Mhm.
So I'm very glad that these are made by people who care about the art.
Mm.
And
That's why it
and it
takes
shows.
so long.
yeah, this I feel like once I finish these 2 seasons, I'm gonna be jumping into the Tumblr rabbit hole,
Yar.
which
I have so many things to send.
it is so frightening because like this, if I get really into something, obviously it will consume me. I am still writing fan fiction for a fandom I joined almost 3 years ago now. No, actually, it's been exactly 2 years because it was about
Oh shit!
the end. When did the second half of Stranger Things 4 come out?
Not a clue.
It was like was the end of the summer?
Probably.
Or was it September? I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
That's okay.
But after that, no, because I don't know. I remember watching it with River. But
Right.
anyway, oh good, it's not on screen, but my fly's undone. Anyway,
Oh, if you ever get to the point where you are writing Kate Vi fanfiction,
Yeah.
I will pay you human real money because I need that.
okay, okay, I will finish the show and get back to you. Fathers in bathroom. I hope you guys.
Solid
did.
band name.
Is it?
But they all have to dress like priests. Like it's fathers in bathroom.
That's horrible.
Well, yeah.
Expand on that.
Well, their whole bit is that like I was gonna say the bass drum is a toilet, but I don't know how that would work.
It wouldn't. The bass drum is a toilet?
Well, oh,
We got lost along the way here. Anyway.
I'm still thinking about Vi from Arcane, so my brain is empty.
Yeah. I don't know. It's nice to see. I said this in the original recording, so it's sounds scripted now because I'm saying it again. But it's nice to see cartoons that like treat the audience as adults. Especially one where the main characters are women, and it's a cartoon mostly not designed for. No, it is.
The original media
Yes.
is a male-dominated sport. That is
Okay.
that. But this was made by. This is gonna sound cheesy as fuck, but a very, very, very diverse team of people.
Sweet.
And so it's kind of like for everyone.
Good.
As cheesy as that sounds, but it
Well,
has
like-
everyone's mindset in mind. There's
I
something
mean,
for
it's popular, so that makes sense. Like, they're very inclusive,
Right.
which is really nice.
Right.
Because this ain't no Call of Duty.
Mm-mm.
Like, if I were to go play the game, would I be?
treated nicely. No.
League of Legends still has that.
Well, this is also I don't know anything about League of Legends other than the fact that it is there's
Where
a side
Arcane
of it
takes
that
place.
is neckbeardy and like
Well, there's a side of everything that's neckbeardy. There's
Right.
a side of Buffy the Vampire Slayer that's neckbeardy,
100%. However, it is
and there shouldn't be.
it's an esports like esque game.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are esports tournaments around it. So imagine those people. Not all those people
Not all those people,
at all,
but a lot of them.
But
yeah.
there is a sect of gamers, as there is with anything, that are gross people.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but true.
But not as common with Arcane.
No.
Because
Not that I know of.
because why would you watch this show
Right.
and then also be that type of person?
Those are the same type of people that call it too woke. And like that shit. I'm aware.
That's so funny. They watch what's the stupid it's like something Norm. It's about like it's a stupid adult animation bullshit cartoon. I don't think it's on Adult Swim. I don't know what it's actually on. But the whole bit is like everything's too woke now.
Oh Jesus.
And it just I think his name is Norm, but I don't actually know anything about I don't know.
I don't know anything about
Horrible side tangent. So sorry. Anyway, enjoying Arcane immensely.
this. Yay.
Very horny.
Yeah.
which I'm also enjoying.
Remind me when this is done that I have something I want to share with you, but that I'm not saying on the podcast. It's not horny, however.
If you are using ChatGPT still.
No, that's not what I'm talking about
Okay.
at all.
Good.
It's related to Arcane.
Oh, okay. I don't know. What else has been going on? What else did we want to talk about? Oh, the stupid whatever the fuck Phineas said in the Nylon interview. You want to...
He said he said something about how the quote taken out of context is
I can make a really good Paramore
I can make a really good Paramore album. He was talking about his like dream collaborations or something like that.
Right, yeah. The part that everybody fails to acknowledge is that he was asked a hypothetical question. However, the way he says it,
it's cocky as shit.
He said, I could make a pretty good Paramore. Could you, though? Like, just, if we're going to take it out of context, which we obviously are, apparently, but I genuinely don't think he knows what he's talking about. And has he produced for anyone that isn't...
Yes.
Who?
Himself. And also, I know. But he's like, I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Has he?
I would like to confirm
I'm sure
that,
he
but
has,
I'm pretty
but...
sure.
And do they... I don't know. I understand wanting to, like, show your chops.
I think he produced for Liz McAlpine.
Okay, but can we think about the vibe? Very similar to Billy.
He produced all the songs for Burning Red. Turning Red. Fun fact.
Well, did he really?
Yes.
All of them?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's kind of awesome. Now I will let you produce a Paramore album. Because you have done Turning Red.
I'm trying... Hold on. Can you talk about something else for a minute?
What else do I do? Halsey's album, The Great Impersonator, is... Did we talk about this last time? I don't even remember.
I feel like we
Maybe
did.
a little bit. I don't know. What are your albums of the year right now?
When was he on Glee?
Excuse me?
Hold on.
Phineas.
Wait. I have to see a screenshot of that. Alistair in the Fox musical drama Glee.
What are you saying to me right now?
Wait, we're Googling
This is fantastic content for you guys. I know.
Oh, the hair. Sorry, I picked the mic. Look at it.
Oh, that is so unfortunate.
I don't remember
Show
him.
them.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Can you?
Yeah, you can. That is Phineas in
Hold on. I don't remember
Glee.
him. What season was
No,
that?
you're going to put your phone down and we're going to continue doing the podcast.
Okay. This is
Like
season
adults. Okay. Is season 6 before and after the peak? Hello? Did I?
I think season 4
I think I just had a stroke.
is the peak. That might be wrong.
Of how many?
Oh, God, it's been so long. I have no idea. I feel like it was like 6 or 7.
There are only 6 or 7 seasons of Glee.
Yeah, because it was one of those, like, there's a long break in between, and then you come back. Not nearly as long as we see it now, but...
Yeah. Do you think Glee was ahead of its time?
I cannot be talking on this topic.
Why?
Because I will freak out.
Why?
Because I love it so much.
Really?
I was...
Glee?
Dude, yes.
Closeted
From
Glee,
not
guys.
at all. That shit will be on my
To
Spotify
me.
Wrapped.
To me.
If I didn't take precautions against getting that shit on my Spotify Wrapped, it would be there. That's not totally true. I listen to it when I listen to my theater stuff, and so it's like mixed bag. But
You are a theater kid.
I am
In the way that, like, you didn't participate, but you enjoy.
yes.
Which arguably is worse.
Well, I mean, I participate now. Like, I will go see shows in the way.
Well, yeah, you enjoy musical theater. That is not the same as you are a musical theater
Correct.
geek.
I was never at a cast party. I was never locking lips on that couch in the back of the stage.
Thank
I
God.
Was never,
That was very, like,
yeah.
not
I got
incestuous per
all
se,
the
but,
tea
like,
about it because my friends were theater kids, but I didn't actually have to participate in any of it, which was nice.
you didn't have to, but you could have.
I didn't want to. No. No.
No.
No.
My NPR voice.
Not a
No.
small town high school theater
David
department.
died in the summertime in a Hawksbox.
Do you not remember going up to fucking the restaurant after
Don't
that
say
dance?
that. Don't say those words
That
to me.
haunts me.
Don't say those
I
words
thought
to
you
me.
were going to.
I don't want to think about any of that. I wanted to kill.
I thought we were
myself
going to go
and everyone
out into the
else.
parking lot, and you were going to be like, maybe we should not hang out anymore.
I was
like,
literally okay to lean into this bit, which would never happen. But like, I'm gonna tell you what happened that night.
I was so uncomfortable.
Haley's not a theater kid,
No.
and she is not an extrovert really at all. I'm speaking for you.
No,
because
you're right.
I know this.
Mhm.
I am confrontational. I am short-tempered a lot of the time. I am very protective of the people around me if I care about them, and I don't care.
Mhm.
And it has only gotten more extreme in those senses with age. I am realizing I do not give a fuck what people think about me, which is really hard when you're a manager of a, establishment of any kind. But beside the point, at this point in time, I was like, how old was I? 18?
Yeah, this was because I was
17?
Senior.
This was your junior or senior? Was this?
Why were we out? Was this after a dance?
Was this? So I went to 2 of your dances, right?
know.
I went to the.
You went
Gala.
to the gala, but you also came to winter dance with us.
I think that was winter dance.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
December of my, I want to say junior year. I think juniors have a winter formal.
Yeah, so I was still in high school. No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you're a year old. You would have been a senior.
No, because I didn't meet you until after I graduated high school.
True.
So this was your senior year.
Must have been, I guess.
Gala was at the end of your junior year.
No, gala was after winter dance. Like, this is pointless. But yes, you
But
were
we're
like
trying to figure out a-
18-ish.
Okay, well, no, I had to have been 18.
Right.
Doesn't matter. But, like, I went out with all these theater kids, and, like, I didn't really hang out with theater kids. One of my best friends in high school, considered herself a theater kid, and she was a great actress, but I don't consider yeah, I guess she was a theater kid. Which is, like, not inherently negative, but, like, I didn't hang out with those people, but I was, like, maybe 2 degrees of separation, so, like, I learned some stuff.
Yeah.
But, like...
High school outcasts.
Yeah. But, like, the shit that happened at this restaurant, we went out after the dance, and they started fucking singing.
I don't even remember. I don't
I don't know what song. I think it was Sweet Caroline or something
Was
fucking
it
ridiculous. I don't know.
Wait.
I blacked it out.
Was it karaoke night and someone was
No.
singing karaoke
No.
and you joined in? Oh, God.
No, I don't think so. I think it was just on the loudspeaker in the establishment.
This is a restaurant full of old people.
Old people.
Where did they seat us? A
In
wall
the
and a
middle.
half away.
In the middle of the fucking restaurant. We were in the middle.
Like the front door
You
was right in front of
set
us.
them up. You gave them a stage.
This is like
I was going to take her out back and shoot her.
10 p.m. on like a Friday night.
I don't want to say small town because it's not.
Smallish.
Small enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm there. That no one knows me except for Hailey. And maybe... Was Alex there? I don't think Alex was even there.
This is a Megan and Julia situation.
Yeah, they didn't really know me. They kind of...
They had known of you. I talked about you a
Yeah,
lot.
but like... We weren't, like, tight or
No.
anything. They didn't really... Like, I'm just sitting there.
Mm.
I know Hailey and no one else. And we all go out. And I'm just watching this happen. And I feel like maybe I had been transported into a different dimension where I hung out with these people. And I had a panic attack and wanted to go home.
You had a panic attack. I was going to crawl under the table and slit my throat. I was like, all
and
right.
at this point, Hailey
butter
really, really wanted to be friends with me.
Oh, my God.
We weren't very close yet. So, no,
No,
that's
we
the
were.
worst. Were we?
Yes.
Were we
Shit,
close
were we?
enough?
Did you start working on... Wait, when did you start?
I
You
started
working
working in June of
6
2018.
months later, I dragged you to this dance.
Yes. 6 months. We had been friends for 6 months. And on top of that, everybody knows this at this point. Like, you had a crush on me.
Oh, I asked you on a date that night. That's what that was.
What?
Not actually. If you had asked me if it were a date, I would have said no. But in hindsight, yes. You were my date to that dance.
Baby gay is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us. Because I had no idea.
Of course not. I didn't have any idea either until now. I asked a friend to come to the dance with me that I happened to like. That's asking a date, babe.
That I happened to like. And I said yes to that.
I can't believe you said it.
Because I just wanted to hang out with you.
Oh my God. I was like, I know you hated high school, but you want to come back to high school? You were
was
like,
like,
I guess.
I did it twice. I did it for you twice.
Well, okay, Gala was different because
Why?
I put that shit together.
Yeah.
That was a celebration.
Yeah, you and your sister had a really huge part in that, which
Yes.
is really cool.
We
So.
founded that shit.
And I wanted to see it.
And your school was there.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was so weird.
But oh my God, it was. Was it Sweet Caroline though?
must.
It was
been.
something like
it was the
ridiculous.
most embarrassing white people song you could think of. Whatever one comes to mind, it was that one.
See, okay, so this is turning into a podcast about like just I think this is good just to reflect on how far we've come. It's a good year-end podcast. 2024 is almost over. We've known each other since 2018.
Holy shit.
That's a
long time.
That's almost 9 years.
Hello? No.
No?
Math.
20 Oh, never mind. No. 7? 2018 to 2024 is 6.
Bingo.
But it's almost 2025.
Yes, but I met you in
like
June.
in June, so,
So it's more like
okay, 4 years.
4 and 6 months.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway.
6. I said 4.
Now you got me confused.
Brother.
It's been 6 years.
6 years. We've known each other.
Period. End of sentence. Moment.
And we still don't know. And, you know, I've always been a firm believer that if you can go through something like a retail job and come out the other side together
with a buddy,
then at least it was worth it, you
Right.
know? Because, like, we wouldn't... I mean, I feel like... No, because, you know, what's crazy is your childhood best friend's mother worked with my mother in, like, 2002. And I think we had probably been to, like, a work party or two as babies together. Had no idea.
Put all the little kids in one playpen and say, go.
Which you can't do that anymore. Not with the germs. And with woke.
My God.
Sorry, it was right there. But we met because, I mean, we had similar interests, but we wouldn't have met if not for the redacted store that shall not be named. I'm not trying to get sued.
You were also the youngest person that was working there at the time besides me. I was the baby.
Yeah, everybody else, which is like, no, because you had one other person.
Yes, however, they, I think, started after you did. No, we got hired at the same time. No, but they weren't hanging out with me.
That's fair.
Which is not totally true. We were hanging out a little bit, but not like...
Yeah, but, like, I wasn't really tight with anyone besides you there for a while. Like, I wanted to be, but, like, at the same time, I was younger than a lot of them. But at the same time, they were still hanging out with us.
Well, yeah. Not only that, though, this is going to sound insane, but I think it was
an insane time.
I know, but I think it was also because the staff that we had that, like, was the staff was... You came 6 months late to that.
Yeah.
Which is
so
obviously not your fault.
Well, no,
However,
but, like, they already had an established
Yes.
relationship as, like, a group.
You were welcomed in. However, you were late.
Right.
By all.
Yeah. But it was also just very strange. And we both ended... Like, you worked there for a long time. You worked
5
there
years.
for 5 years. I worked there for 18...
I think I worked there for
it was
a full
3
year
and
without
2
you.
months.
Yeah.
Because I got fired the day after my 21st birthday. So that was cool. And then we stayed friends. I was really worried that we weren't going to, like, stay friends because I wouldn't see you. Because you were a key holder. And I was like, they're going to tell her things about me that aren't true.
And then I came right back over here and told them.
Yeah, and then you told me tea and everything. And I was like, And, like, you were like, yeah, they feel really bad. Because it was not a technicality.
I was texting you that whole day.
Yeah.
I was like, here's what's going on in here right now.
Yeah, and I was...
And they all do. I had my fucking phone out on the floor.
Well, yeah, because, like... And no one really talked to you that day because they knew we were, like, really good friends. And, like, I remember saying goodbye to you and goodbye to Soph. And then just...
Dipping.
Leaving and bawling my eyes out in my car. And then I realized it was probably the best thing to ever happen to me. Because, yes, I work in retail now. Yes, I am a manager again now. But
Not in a cult.
It's not this toxic, like, work is family. This is your life. This is, like, make your hobbies your dream. Like, this is a shoe store. It is corporate. It is capitalistic nightmare, obviously. But it is so weirdly codependent. And I don't know anybody who's worked at one of these stores that it has... come out unscathed, you know,
or has worked at like a
store like this.
Yes, like a store that is built for teenagers and run by young adults, but also employs high schoolers.
Yes, it's bad, and it ends in a lot of trauma. And you don't think it's trauma until you look back at it and you're like, I was 18, 19 years old hanging out with a bunch of 24, 25-year-olds.
Right. I was a 16-year-old at a 21-year-old's birthday party.
Yeah. Like, we're barely legal or not even legal at this point, and obviously acting like kids around a lot of adults that probably shouldn't be hanging out with us. I'm also, like, if you're old enough to drink and then some, I wouldn't be hanging out with people that can't even vote yet. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's something that I just think about sometimes, and
we have to move on. I'm gonna spiral.
Okay, cool. But we met each other, and then when we quit, I wasn't worried per se, but I know how you get when you, like, get busy.
Yes.
And then you started college. And then, well, no, because you were in college and worked there.
Only for first semester, I was going back and forth.
You quit when you moved to Italy.
When I took when I moved to Italy and then I came back. No. Beautiful.
I wish you guys heard that. I don't know if you did.
You did.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I pulled a dick move, and I don't recommend this, and I still feel
I
bad
do. I think it's great. I think they deserved it.
Okay. I wasn't thinking, and I was so ready to leave, and I was like, all right, I'm starting my senior year of college. I really need to focus, because if I don't, I'm never going to finish this thesis. I can't keep coming back and forth on weekends. I have to quit. I'll find something to do. I was working at school at the time, and I was like, okay, I'll just be fine working at school. So I had planned a vacation to Italy for 2 weeks in the middle of August. August are blackout dates. You are not supposed to take any days off in the month of August because that's our back to school season. And I took 2 weeks of August off, but it was well in advance. And I was like, I can't move this because it's a family paid trip.
And it was already moved. And
yes, it was. That's right.
It was already moved
because of COVID. And so I had whatever. And I felt really bad. We had just had a manager switch, and she was very nice, but she was kind of a hard ass. And like very
much. Was this after?
Yes.
The one that fired me?
Yes.
Who was there after her?
I literally only had her for like a week.
Oh, okay.
But she was very, very cool. She was very, very nice, but she was very much going to follow the rules and like probably like whip us into shape basically. And
well,
I had been like not sloppily doing this job, but I had gotten good enough at it that I certainly wasn't doing all of like the checkpoints we had to hit, and I was still making all my numbers because I can talk to people. But anywho,
hacked it
basically. Well, I just got 5 years of practice. I got good at it, but and
this is not a job you're supposed to have for 5 years.
No, but I really liked what I did. I like talking to people, and this was a job where you have to do that, and I learned.
Crazy.
Anyway, moving on.
I like talking to people.
Right? If you had told the person that applied to that job that she would turn out that way, she would
that's true.
Cry in a corner. Anyway.
Now look at you yapping on a podcast.
Right? What was the point of this story?
Anyway,
when
I
went
to college. Yeah,
yes.
I went and quit.
We went.
That had nothing to do with college.
Yes, this is the don't do this. I put in my 2 weeks, and then I was like, but during
I was cheering
those
for
2
her.
weeks, I will be in Italy, so technically I'm quitting and not coming back today. And I was like, surely, because I already wasn't on the schedule, it'll be fine, because they've already planned around me, and they can just continue planning around me. Which, technically, yeah, but not really.
What do you mean?
I figured that because I wouldn't have been they wouldn't have scheduled me for the next 2 weeks anyway, so it's not like they had to then try to, like, replace my shifts.
Did they already have the schedule made?
For the next 2 weeks, yeah. So.
And were you on it?
No. That's what I'm saying. I already wasn't working.
So why, what's the problem?
Well, that's the problem. I don't know. I guess there isn't one, but it felt kind of a dick move. I don't know.
I mean, if they...
Because I basically sprung it on her. I was like, I will not be coming back
because this vacation was planned how far in advance?
Very many months.
So it was already on the schedule that you weren't going to be there for those 2 weeks.
Correct.
So it's not like they had those 2 weeks. Maybe it was because they couldn't hire a replacement.
That's what I'm saying.
But like...
I didn't give 2 weeks, work 2 weeks, and then go on vacation.
Right. But...
Because I put it off because I was nervous.
Yeah, so they're still technically down a person when you're supposed to come back.
Exactly.
But at the same time, they have enough employees. Just give them more shifts.
Yeah, well, they tried that. We didn't know we picked anything up. We tried that for years.
Well, yeah, because this job is for teenagers that, like, want to work maybe once or twice in the middle of the week, and then they realize they can't make their numbers on a Wednesday night in the middle of fucking June.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to work these weekends, and then they realize that it sucks, and then they quit. Unless you're us, and then you become managers.
Yeah.
And I'm 24 as a manager again.
I didn't want to be a manager. I chose this time.
I didn't either.
I was like, it's not worth it.
I did. I mean, I kind of wanted to be a manager this time because I knew I could do it.
This is a different kind of management too.
Yeah, but it's a lot of people and it's a lot of work. And when your manager goes on vacation, you're in charge. Like, I'm in charge. So I am having a hard time. So I had today off. I have tomorrow off. And then I have to go back on Friday and figure something out so that we can hit quota.
Black Friday?
No.
Okay.
No. But we still have like production quota that we have to hit, and then I don't want to say we're behind. We're really not. I don't want to talk about work right now. I really don't. We're moving on. I saw Dan and Phil. I saw Dan and Phil at the Wang Theater. So I got to hear them say Tit Wang all night because it's the Terrible Influence Tour, which is abbreviated as TIT. So Tit Wang was the catchphrase, and it was absolutely wonderful, and I had a great time. And I love them. And it is very strange. I couldn't tell you a specific joke that happened because I think I dissociated so hard because
I do that.
It was a little surreal to see them on a stage in front of me.
Have you not seen them yet?
I saw Dan.
Okay.
That's right. I saw Dan for his solo tour, which was also very strange to see. But no, I hadn't seen them together, and it was the first time that they had toured together in years. Right. So I don't know. It was very strange. It was very mild compared to what I was expecting from the other stuff because the other stuff was very performative.
Right.
I had a good time. It was funny. I feel as though their craft has not been perfected yet. They're very awkward men. They don't need to do the live show like crazy style.
Right.
But I feel like they're very ambitious with what they do. So some of it comes across as disingenuous. And this is me just being a critic. Like, it's very cool that they do this, and I think it's a fun time. I just think if they need to hone in a little more. You know what I mean? But I had a good time. There's my review. There's my professional fanny. I hate that fans are fannies. But they did reference the milk fic. That isn't even originally a fan PHAN fic. It was,
isn't it
Ryan and Brendan from and I read that. That was one of the big ones in that fandom, and then people like ripped it off and changed the character names to like many different fandoms.
Oh, it's yeah. It's a rite of passage for a fandom
to be milk ficked.
Ew. Moving on.
So, speaking of fanfic, you've been reading Arcane fic. How's that been going?
Oh, I've been reading it for the last several years. Because, listen, when a show has one 9-episode season and then it goes away for 3 years, you gotta get creative. So,
it is so frustrating when something is only 9 episodes and then there are 2 to 3 years of gap of nothing in between. Obviously, we're going to get horny and bored.
They're not all horny. And some of them are just good stories.
Yeah, but in that time, in that long amount of time between seasons, you find out that the creators or the actors involved are Zionists, and then you can't watch that media ever again without having a horrible taste in your mouth. So then you have to continue to turn to fucking fan art and fan fiction to survive while also not contributing to giving money to horrible people.
Thanks, Neil Druckmann.
Duffer Brothers when I find you.
Oh, them too. Fuck.
Neil Druckmann when I find you. Okay? Especially Neil Druckmann. 'Cause also, why is Pedro Pascal working with Neil Druckmann? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't add up. It doesn't compute. But it's also Hollywood where he's probably signed a contract. Anyway, if the Illuminati find me.
Spoiler alert, but it's not going to be a problem for long.
What do you mean? Oh, shit. What do you mean? What do you mean? I know exactly what you mean, actually. I have
one friend that has no clue about the games.
Who? Which one?
Megan.
She watches the show?
She watched the show, and she got addicted to it, and I've been like, I was like, do not search a thing. I want this to come as a surprise to you.
Of all people telling someone not to spoil something for themselves.
No, I don't spoil things for myself.
Bull fucking shit you don't.
Oh, no, you know what? You're right.
Bull fucking shit right. You don't.
When it's long and, like, pointless. Like, One Tree Hill was silly. I'm not going to spoil, like, heavy plot for myself. Like Arcane or shit.
I feel like you have.
Only by accident, because I can't help but go on
Buffy
Twitter.
for yourself too? Like Spike
What part is Spike?
dying?
No, I saw that.
This is like 30 years old, so
no,
like
Spike,
I don't care
Spike
if I
dying,
spoiled that for
I
you.
saw. Spike
Before you watched it, though.
Yes.
Yeah, you spoiled that
no,
for yourself.
Hold on. Spike dying, I saw when I got to season 7.
So you didn't spoil that for
I had
yourself.
no idea.
What did you spoil for yourself then? You spoiled something of Buffy for yourself.
Technically, I've never watched Angel. I spoiled Angel for myself a little bit because I watched the Faith episodes of it.
I guess. I don't know if I would count that.
I used to do minor spoilage because I would watch edits of characters and I'd be like, I wonder what that scene's from, and like move on. But like that's.
I did that with Shameless. I watched a lot of those Vine like.
Oh my god! I loved those.
They were so good.
I was on the outskirts of the Shameless fandom because I didn't actually watch it, but I watched it when my mom was
creator of the local Shameless fandom. I got everybody at my high school to fucking watch it because that's all I talked about.
I did that with PLL.
No,
This was middle school though, for the record.
that is worse. I think. No, I got like my entire class to fucking watch it, and they were all coming up to me and being like, "You didn't tell me the show's sad," and I was like, "Whoops, sorry."
My bad.
Look at me and tell me I'm not gonna watch sad media. What are you talking about? Come on.
I'm wearing a My Chem t-shirt. What are you talking about?
My hair is
my
bright
hair.
red.
I was just
What are you
gonna say
talking
my
about?
hair was red. What the fuck?
Who do you think I am? Like, and then they look at my Instagram now and they're like, I knew it.
Right.
Fucking lesbian.
I gotta admit, there are people from high school that I do that to. I'm like, yeah, that tracks.
Mine's more like, really?
Oh.
Like, or
Yeah, a couple of
my, what'd you lose?
I got it. We're good.
Oh, my realization is like people are getting married to people they met in high school.
Yes.
Why does that keep happening? Like these are
wait
people
till they
like
have
they're
babies.
no, I'm good. Like I don't really associate myself with most people I went to high school with, except for like the certain few that I went to high school with. But like even my friends in high school, I don't really talk to anymore, which is in ways unfortunate, but at the same time, like I'm very surprised because a lot of them are still here,
Right.
and I just didn't keep in touch because why would I?
Fair. I'm skipping my 5-year reunion on Friday.
Oh my god, it's on Friday?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was last year, and I don't even remember if it was planned or anything. I don't think so because I still follow people from high school on like Instagram and stuff, but like I didn't see anything. But I think everybody just kind of hangs out with the people they hang out with.
Pretty much.
And then that's it. Like why would we want to go back who's going to go back to high school in 5 years?
Apparently me.
Are you going?
No, but I'm teaching at my high school.
Well, yes, but you're not going to go to your high school reunion, are you?
Only because, right? So my friend from high school and my friend from always, was texting me and was like, we should go to this, and I was like, I'm only going if you're going, and she was like, fine. So we agreed we were gonna go. I took the after. I said I could only work till 5 on Black Friday, whatever. We're going, and then we go, or we think about going, and we're looking. It's sent. The invitation was sent in one of those like group chat app things where you can see who has been invited and who's like hit going, who's hit interested, who's hit maybe, whatever. And all of the people that were like going were like the planning committees of high school, like the people that went to homecoming and the people that won the prom queens and the people on the sports
who
teams.
peaked in high school.
Yes,
because obviously,
right.
but like, why would you? If you peaked in high school, and obviously you would want to go to your high school reunion because you peaked in high school, but like they also are going to see you as the failure.
Well, not even that, because not a lot of them have failed. They are just like still
boring,
this sort of same group of people.
Ugh.
And I don't know a ton.
So small towny.
Well, yeah, but they also, as soon as I heard that it was them planning the reunion, because obviously they were our school council.
They're the planning committee.
Yes, but but as soon as I heard, I was like, I bet you it's going to be at that one bar, because there's one bar that opened up in town that has become the spot for like sort of the next generation of like that one tavern that all of my parents and my friends' parents used to frequent in like the middle of town. It's the new one for us, and they go there all the time. And we didn't know that until we were eating there one night, and they all walked in, and I was like, "Don't look up right now, but it's an impromptu reunion." And then she looked up, and she was like, "Holy shit!" It was. We were already
That's
drunk.
worse, I think. What is that?
What?
Did you see the like button?
What?
There was a bubble on my screen.
Yes, because if you do a thumbs up on a Mac, it'll give you gestures.
That is so funny. What?
It's really funny when it happens on a Zoom call when a professor doesn't realize what they're doing. And so they'll be like, good job, guys. And a little thumb will pop up and they're like, oh, my. There's a
It's
couple
so
other
funny.
ones, too. I think, no, there's some one if you do, like, oh, wait, hold on. Maybe, go away. What about if I do this? There's, like, a
Now we're
fireworks
just having
one.
fun with this.
Yeah, this
Nope,
we're
that didn't
moving on.
work.
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry, guys.
Basically, I was like, I bet you it's going to be at that one bar. And then we got the actual invitation, and it is, in fact, at that one bar. And
Mhm.
it's like, it confirmed it's that group of people.
Okay,
Oh, it's because
we're
my
not
thumb is
even-
up. No,
yeah,
it's because
okay.
my thumb is up.
Put it down.
I'm putting it down. At that one bar, whatever. So, and then we get the ticket, and it's like $35 to go. And I was like, it costs us less to eat dinner there on occasion.
You are going to charge people to
It's
be
'cause they-
re-traumatized by their high school bullies?
It's because they had to rent like a private room, and they're like probably getting it catered and shit like that. So it's for the party. But like I was like, seeing the people that we didn't really talk to in high school is not worth $35. We follow them
No.
all on Instagram. We'll see it via that.
And it's just going to be like an exclusive, like, we're having fun over here and we're just going to laugh at you
Right. And I also
because we peaked in high
totally
school.
forgot that my mom has Friends Thanksgiving that night, and so I almost accidentally skipped it. And then I was like, oh shit, fuck. So we're good.
Yeah. Uninterested
Yeah.
completely in ever seeing my high school class outside of the few people that I still
I would
associate
like to
myself
see
with.
some people that I lost touch with.
Yeah.
But not all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not going to go out of my way to plan something with, like, the people I hung out with in high school because I think that would just...
It would break my spirit.
It would a little bit because a lot of them are very successful and very happy, and I am not there yet. So, once I'm famous and successful with my Famous and Successful podcast and Famous and Successful...
Get there.
Just kidding. No, I'm not. I have, like, 10 subscribers.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, and I haven't been able to do that.
Who cares? You're
Me,
still
it's
posting.
not...
You haven't
Yeah,
given up on it
eventually.
yet.
No. Yet.
Well, that's what I'm
I'm going
saying.
to try not to, but I now that I have more of a setup that I can actually function with, I'll be able to be more motivated because it's easier to use than using a 6-year-old computer that is completely full of storage that just will not function.
What were we doing before we had microphones and shit? Were we just talking at a laptop?
Well, we had the blue mics.
No, I remember
before that.
But like on in old house on your bed on the fucking floor, recording a podcast. Like the early
what were
the
we
YouTube
doing?
only ones.
The YouTube only ones. Jesus fuck.
Mm.
That were on my
Were we
channel.
just yapping at a phone?
I think we might have been. And then I like would put a stupid picture over it and edit it in iMovie on my iPad or something.
100%.
Although I don't even know if I had my iPad yet. I don't know.
think
We
you
were
did.
not doing... No, because I had one that I got off Amazon that I plugged into the iPad with an adapter. And I just recorded it in voice memos. But it was only one. It sounded like shit. Those are the YouTube only ones. Were you in any of those?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Well,
And then
later.
I
I think the last 2 YouTube ones I'm in.
Oh, okay. And then I got the desktop mic, and then I got another desktop mic, and I got the PC in like 2018. Originally, I got the PC for school. Didn't end up going to school. Started recording again. And then I think my grandfather got me the microphone. And then I somehow obtained another one. I don't even remember how I got 2. I think one I thought broke and then didn't, but now it's broken. And then I got these for Christmas.
And they're fabulous.
Last year, and I love them. And then this happened because my grandfather insisted that he spend money on me. So now I have a brand new computer and a brand new camera that I can't even use for what I wanted to use it for, but I will be using it because I have it, and I'm not going to let that like go to waste because holy shit. I'll make it work somehow. Don't know how. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but stay tuned for that, I guess. And now I have this. And then I ordered a camcorder so that I can actually have decent quality. And now I'm here.
Woohoo.
Recording a podcast at almost 8 o'clock at night when we originally planned to do this at like
1.
1:30. And then we recorded some of it and then realized that only 12 minutes of video were recorded. So then we had to start over. And then we took a break to watch more Arcane. And now I'm just recapping my day to you.
Yes.
So that's where we're at. I really genuinely have not been doing anything that really inspires me for a while. And it's bumming me out. So I'm hoping that this is... That's not entirely true. This fan fiction is still a source of happiness for me.
I'm very glad.
And it's something that it's escapism, I think, to a
100%.
certain extent.
But
Maybe
that's
some maladaptive daydreaming.
Sure.
So I'm trying to put that stuff to other use that I also enjoy doing. So if there are more podcasts, that means I'm enjoying this. If there aren't, that means I'm probably writing more fan fiction instead.
Solid. Good way to live.
I don't know. You teach the youth. I write smut on the internet. Both things are valid.
That was teaching me as a youth. So
me too, and it
That's where
shouldn't
I
have
got my
been.
education.
Dude, now that I'm on the other side of that and I'm over the age of 18, and when people say, like, if you're a minor, don't interact, they mean it.
Yeah.
Please don't, because it's not only, like, sexual stuff. It's, like, very adult themes. There are books that are rated for adults. Like, there's fiction, and then there's young adult fiction. And that's for a reason.
Right.
I don't really fully believe in the censorship laws that are in place all of the time. But when it comes to graphic depictions of, the fucking Chuck Palahniuk book I'm reading is, I can't believe I was reading his shit when I was, like, 13. I shouldn't have been. But I had very unrestricted access to media in general from a young age. Because, what was my mom going to do? Tell me not to read a book? That wouldn't... She'd be villainized. You're telling your kid not to read?
Oh my god.
But, like, my grandmother was insistent that I don't read Breaking Dawn because I was 10. And then she found the book in my backpack. So I had not only read it, but brought it to school.
Oh, Jesus.
And, the teachers weren't, like, it wasn't really for adults. So, I mean, what grade was that? 3rd grade? Yeah, so she was a little older. She wasn't super interested in the Twilight series. So she just thought, oh, wow, big book.
Right.
You're so smart.
Right.
Had no idea. And, like, I think it's a teacher's job to know what your students are reading, maybe, to an extent.
Maybe.
It's
more the parents' job.
It is definitely more the
If
parents'
it's an
job.
independent reading book, it's like,
Yeah.
if you didn't go to the library to pick it out with them.
Okay, fair enough. Although,
Mm.
do you remember Lexile scores? I feel like we've had this conversation. Do you know what a Lexile score is?
100%.
Like your reading score?
Yeah.
I had a very high one.
Me too.
Sure. But like in elementary school, and middle school, we were required to read at our level.
Ooh.
Not required, but like encouraged to read things that were at our Lexile levels. So I was looking for things that were high enough, and the only thing in my school library at one point that was high enough was Animal Farm by George Orwell.
Jesus.
Which is a story about communism. And I was 10, I believe, years old. I was in 5th grade, and I had to read that book because it was the only book in the school library that was close to my reading level. Jesus. And I obviously had no idea what communism was. So I had nothing to compare this to. And I was just like, okay, talking animals, why are they...
They're kind of mean to each other.
They're kind of mean to each other. What's happening? What's going on here? And then, like, I talked to my dad about it years later, and he's like, why were you reading that? And I was like, well...
You see.
I was told I was smart enough to read it. And they were like, well, there's a difference between reading a book and comprehending it. Just because you know the big words does not, like, you know how to read them. Right. And maybe you know some context clues, but not that
most
many.
Of it.
Not that many context clues. You
are missing the metaphor because you do not know the metaphor.
I didn't even know what communism was at that point.
Meanwhile.
Hello?
I had a crazy conversation with, did you guys ever have, like, reading and math skills?
Explain.
Okay, so in 7th grade, in 6th grade at this particular middle school, you have all your gen ed classes. You have your math, your history, whatever, blah, blah. And then you have a couple other periods of the day that they have to fill with stuff. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's art, sometimes it is, and then depending on the grade level.
Yeah, they were called allied arts.
Ooh.
And we would, like, rotate 6 weeks. And sometimes it was, like, computer.
Oh, yes, we did this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Computer, but then we had, like, a fucking algebra class as one of them.
Bingo. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
This is, so sometimes it's art, sometimes it's music, sometimes it's wood shop, sometimes it's computer lab. In 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, it depended on which grade you were in, what that third one was per like, semester. So in 6th grade, it was library. You had to take a library class. We learned about the Dewey Decimal System and all that bullshit. And then she made us read a book, and everybody was really mean to her, and I hated it.
Aww.
Because I liked her a lot, and she used to give me books. And then 7th grade was reading skills. So one semester was reading skills, the other semester was math skills. So basically, it is where they teach you the harder topics. So 7th grade math is you are starting algebra.
Yeah.
7th grade math skills is you are learning about like invisible numbers and like negatives and shit like that.
Yeah,
Like the
we had
harder
like
shit, the more
pre-algebra
calculus stuff.
and algebra classes, but they were only like 30 minutes, and they were like before the first bell rang.
Right. Reading skills. Okay, this is all to say reading skills is a separate class from English.
Okay.
But it was a class that I liked because it was about literature. It was basically AP Lit for juniors. It was great. But so we read. Not the point. I was the type of kid that used to put my book on the corner of my desk so that whenever he stopped talking, I could pull it out and read it.
Right.
And so I had the first Game of Thrones book on the corner of my desk in 7th grade. This was maybe the year the show premiered.
Oh my god.
And so everybody was fucking watching it, including my nerdy ass English teacher, who was very sweet. I loved him very much. He
said, "You can't fucking read that."
He had favorites,
should not
and it
read
was
that.
very clear because everybody else treated his class like shit. But his favorites, like there was 3 of us, and we actually read books. And he was like, "Okay, I'm teaching to you." But anyway,
At least
I think it was
someone's
also
listening.
his first year teaching because now as a first year teacher, I'm like, that tracks. Anyway, moving on. So I got my book in the corner of the desk. He walks by my desk, and I see him stop, and then he keeps walking. And then at the end of class, he pulls me aside, and he's like, "Do your parents know you're reading that book?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got it from my mom's bookshelf." And he's like,
Okay.
He goes, "Do you watch the show?" And I was like, "Oh no, that's like my parents watch the show, but like I don't have. I think it's too long." And he was like, "Okay," and he just moved on. And like I was like, I don't know what his problem is. And then in hindsight, I'm like, oh, I know what his problem is. I unfortunately, because I had a high Lexile score, but I did not have like. My reading comprehension has always been kind of shit. I'm like good at reading, and if it's a particularly engaging story, I'll get what's going on 3 chapters too late. I'll be like,
and that's the ADHD part of it.
Right, exactly. But so I got about 3 chapters into Game of Thrones before I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
What does that word mean?
Because
the way it's told.
George R. R. Martin unfortunately writes in, it's not Old English, but it's equally as sort
confusing,
of decipherable.
Yeah.
And
needs a spark
like
notes.
I don't have a good enough Shakespeare knowledge or a good enough like English lit
Old
knowledge
English
to understand what is going on here.
It's
because
like trying to read
12.
something from like 12th century without like any context.
I need a No Fear Shakespeare, baby. I need the other side, half of that book to be like, here's what it says in fucking English.
21st they said, "Hey bro, like
exactly.
Give me some sort of millennial take on this."
Mercutio said, "Ha, stab. That's it." I was like, "Great, fantastic. Why did he say it in 18 million words on the page before?"
Literally, I could not do Shakespeare in high school. That was one of my biggest flaws as someone who was super into English. I was not a Shakespeare person. I was more beat era interest. Like I would pay attention to that stuff. I really liked Catcher in the Rye. I was not a play
I have a theory as to
enthusiast. Why?
Not necessarily regarding you, but regarding how sort of plays are taught in schools. The only time I understood a Shakespeare play ever, written and read in the Old English, is when we fucking performed it. We did the play.
We did that too, and I still didn't really get it.
I just, with the stage directions, it gave it so much more context. And then we watched, I had never gotten to read Macbeth, and I was real sad about it. But I watched, I think it was David Tennant, maybe it wasn't Macbeth. It was one of them, doing a Shakespeare play, and it was sort of like Baz Luhrmann style, where everything in it was 21st century, but they were still speaking Old English, but it was very much a like small cast play at Black Box Theater, whatever, small. But because of the way they were acting it out, I was like, I know exactly what's going on. I have all the context I need for this, give in the acting and the scene and the intonation of their words. Whereas if you read it from the book, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Especially if you're reading without any sort of emotion.
Right.
Like there's
that's what I'm saying.
Which you're like, they're like, you got to put some emotion when you read it, but like,
I used to hate reading.
We're not acting. We're still just reading. So like, even if I did do a voice or anything, we're not moving, we're not engaging with each other, we're not looking at each other. This is not something that is meant to just be taught as a book, because it's not. And if you really want people to comprehend it, then you like make them act it out, or we watched the Leonardo DiCaprio version of Romeo and Juliet?
Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah. We watched that in class, and I was like, why can't we just do this? Like,
we watched both.
Oh yeah, we did too. We watched
the Haley Steinfeld version.
Oh my god,
when she was like 14. It came out, I think, 2011. It was very much the like John Greenified version of it. Like all the actors were like young, like younger,
pretty,
who would
like,
eventually be like coming of age characters.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
was
I don't think we
so
watched that one. I think we
bad.
watched one that was like older.
Because that one was in like the style of like obviously like, the story, like there were friars and shit and all that, and it was told in like
Right.
it was just read from the page, and so she wanted us to watch that first. We were bored out of our fucking skulls, and then she's
Yeah.
like, okay, now the fun one, and then we watched the fun one. We were like, oh, this is what's right. This makes more
Yeah.
sense.
Can we watch this one again?
Give me Jamie Kennedy, please.
That's a movie I should probably rewatch.
Mm.
My mom really liked it.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, like,
I'm
A
just not
lot
a fan of
of-
the story of Romeo and Juliet, really.
who is
Right.
really like why is this the one that people have to study to understand
the people
Shakespeare?
that are really into it give me the same vibes as the people that are really into Lolita, where I'm like, I don't get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, there's a Venn diagram of people who have read and enjoyed Lolita and have read and enjoyed Romeo and Juliet.
It's a circle.
It's a circle. And also in there is probably like Joker and Harley Quinn shippers, I guess. Which
If you're
I think
under the
we're-
age
I think we're
of
older.
14, you'll
yeah,
get over
I think
it.
as you get older, you
You'll get
realize
over
that
it.
is not something you want to romanticize in the
buy
slightest.
the Hot Topic shirt, wear it around, and then discover Poison Ivy and get over it.
Come
It's a
out of the
natural
closet
cycle.
and deal. Cope and seethe. I don't know. I think I get the appeal of being like into Shakespeare and stuff, but it just sounds so fucking like you don't sound like a real person when you
I
tell
like
me
watching
you're
interpretations
in,
of Shakespeare.
Yeah,
a lot.
but when you tell me you're like into Shakespeare, I'm like, you have no personality.
Mm.
You, the person you think is the greatest of all time died centuries ago.
There's been so much time since then.
So much has happened since then. Move on. Get up,
Girl, get up.
girl. Get up.
It's Shakespeare.
That'll be our tagline for this one. Girl, get up. It's Shakespeare. I'm good to end it. We're almost at an hour.
Look at that. We did it.
We did it, and it was a long time coming. It was a very hard day to actually motivate myself to do this, but we did it. And we're here, so maybe more frequent. Maybe, I don't know. We'll
Who's
see.
to say?
Who's to say? Not me. Definitely not. The runner of this show.
Never.
Absolutely not. Why would I? So I'm gonna go, I guess.
Go watch Arcane.
If you want.
There's
They don't
lesbians
need,
in
they
it.
don't need the free plug,
There's
bro.
lesbians in it.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll come back when I finish the series and we can go in depth a little more.
And we shall.
Because I'm not there yet. But
I'll
we're
give
gonna
you
go
all the
watch
Easter
an
eggs.
episode probably. So
It's my favorite.
yeah. So bye.
Shout out episode 6. Bye.